Omaha's news leader, chronicling the stories and people making a difference in our community. This is KETV News Watch 7's Chronicle.
We all know that they say idle hands, idle mind is a devil's playground. We're going to do our best that we can increase the peace and keep them busy in positive ways throughout the summer.
How can we get them connected so they can find some solutions and stay out of trouble?
As summer heats up, so too does the violence on our streets. But a unique partnership in Omaha that's become a model for cities across the nation is making a difference. This morning on Chronicle. In recent weeks, Omaha police have responded to a wave of violence across the city, addressing spikes in crime by putting more officers on patrol. I'm Sarah Feely. Thanks for joining us for Chronicle. In one particularly violent stretch this month, 11 people were hit by gunfire in less than 48 hours. And while gang intervention is always important, Omaha police say when school is out, crime surges, especially as we see more young people linked to cases.
And trending upward, where we're seeing a lot of juveniles, both victims and suspects, with violent crime, homicide, and felony gun assaults, where they're 20 and under.
To combat the increase, OPD is offering overtime for officers to get out and patrol more. Gang officers are also more visible, and Lieutenant Neil Bonacci adds the homicide clearance rate is 100%, saying while the spike is concerning, it doesn't point to an unsafe city.
I want people to feel safe, and they are safe, and I think that our track record so far this year has shown that we have a really good thing going and a good process, and we're going to continue doing those things.
Despite the recent rise in gun violence, Omaha's numbers are still lower than normal. That's why representatives from 20 other cities were in town this month to learn more about what's been long considered a hidden gem for 15 years, in fact. But now national recognition is highlighting Omaha 360's work, and it has leaders in other cities hoping to take the Empowerment Network's model back with them.
Omaha 360's collaborative partner meeting outgrows its home briefly, drawing dozens who want to know what is going on in Nebraska.
They have a secret sauce here inside of Omaha, Nebraska, and so we're trying to figure out what is happening here in their collaboration with their community.
The Empowerment Network's collection of partners has led to a dramatic decrease in violent crime over its 15-year existence. Cities like Tulsa, Oklahoma want to take the model and adapt it.
What do we need to be thinking about in terms of the data and tracking, and how do we really make this case to have a strong call to action for Tulsa to really move forward on an initiative similar to this.
Several cities celebrated 360's partnerships within the community, giving the voice to those directly impacted and finding solutions they'll stand behind. In Kansas City, KC Common Good has launched a 360 model based directly off Omaha's work.
We felt that this model was the best fit, not only because of how comprehensive it is, because you're not just talking about the homicides itself, you're talking about the root causes of it.
Classy Alcine is the CEO of KC Common Good. She says prioritizing youth is the way to lead the city out of violence.
We have more 9-year-olds going to funerals than birthday parties. And that's a story that we have to change.
A year ago, KC 360 began meetings similar to those in Omaha.
We consistently have at least 50, 60 folks a week who come to KC 360, who are learning more. We have picked our neighborhood of focus and are doing activities.
Alcine says a survey before the launch showed only 20 to 30% of people trusted police. That number's up to 60% now after the meetings brought police and community together based off Omaha's model.
Bringing in our community, empowering them and letting them know how much and how needed they are in our neighborhoods.
KC 360 has seen so much buy-in, the city decided to up the ante.
We felt like it's time to put our money where our mouth is and actually make an unprecedented investment in violence prevention.
The city pledged $30 million over the next 5 years to violence prevention. It's more than a 1,000% increase over years past.
I am 100% sold on the work that Omaha 360 has done.
Other cities in Arkansas, New Jersey, and Minnesota also gathered to see why Omaha 360 works. Several have pledged to launch the model in their areas, saying Omaha's doing it right and gives them hope for a more peaceful future.
You have to see it to believe it, which is why we brought so many people here. It is remarkable.
The recognition for 360 and the Empowerment Network continues as the Obama Foundation names Omaha a My Brother's Keeper model community, citing the city's reduction in homicides by 30% from 2011 to 2022.
A lot of other cities are coming here to say, how do you replicate that? How do we work with our community, and how does our community work with the police? So it's been an honor just being able to talk about what we've done.
The Obama Foundation is gifting the Empowerment Network an $800,000 grant. The money will go towards creating strategies to help young men of color succeed through coaching, evaluation, and other assistance. Next on KETV News Watch 7's Chronicle, I sit down with a member of the Omaha Police Department's gang unit. Lieutenant Marcus Taylor is a 19-year veteran on the force. He talks with us about crime prevention efforts in the metro.